Every morning, rain or shine, 10-year-old Ethan would walk to the old stone bridge overlooking the river. He carried a small, worn-out notebook and a pen. His classmates noticed his strange routine, but no one knew why he did it. Ethan would find a quiet spot, open the notebook, and write. It wasn't a diary or homework, it was a promise. Just a year ago, Ethan's world had shattered. His father, a kind man who loved stargazing and telling grand stories, was suddenly gone. On their last evening together, his dad had made him promise to always be brave, to be kind, and to chase his dreams, no matter how big. The notebook was Ethan's way of keeping that promise alive. Each day, he'd write a new one. Today, I promise to help someone who looks sad, or today, I promise to learn something new about the stars. For Dad, one of his classmates, Lily, was particularly curious. She was a quiet girl who often felt invisible. One afternoon, she decided to follow Ethan from a distance. She watched as he sat on the bridge, his small shoulders hunched over the notebook. After he left, driven by a curiosity she couldn't explain, Lily crept closer. The wind had flipped a page of the notebook Ethan had accidentally left behind. She read the words written in a child's careful script. Today, I promise not to be afraid of the dark because Dad said the stars shine brightest then. Lily's heart ached with understanding. She didn't feel like a spy anymore. She felt a connection. The next day, she brought her own notebook to the bridge. She didn't talk to Ethan, but she sat on the opposite end and wrote her own promise. Today, I'd promised to speak up in class. Just once. It was terrifying, but she did it. And it felt good. Soon, something incredible started to happen. Lily told her best friend, who then told his. The story of the boy on the bridge and his book of promises began to circulate. It wasn't gossip. It was something more like a legend. A few more students started appearing at the bridge with their own notebooks. They didn't talk to each other about it. It was a silent, shared ritual. The promises were small but powerful. I promised to invite the new kid to sit with me at lunch. I promised to practice my guitar for an extra 10 minutes. I promised to call my grandma. The school began to change in subtle ways. There were fewer arguments in the hallways, more smiles, and a quiet sense of purpose in the air. Teachers noticed students were more engaged and kinder to one another. One day, the principal, a wise woman named Mrs. Gable, saw the group of students on the bridge. Instead of scolding them, she simply smiled. The next morning, a beautiful new bench was installed on the bridge with a small plaque that read, "For our promise keepers." Ethan eventually noticed he wasn't alone anymore. He saw Lily and the others, each lost in their own world of promises. He didn't say anything, but a small smile touched his lips. His private promise to his father had become a shared strength for everyone. He realized his dad's legacy wasn't just about his own bravery. It was about inspiring it in others. Standing on that bridge, surrounded by the quiet scribbling of pens, Ethan felt his father's presence not as a loss, but as a warmth that connected them all. The ripples of a single promise had created a tide of hope. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched you, consider sharing it to spread the message of hope and kindness. Don't forget to subscribe for more heartwarming stories.